So there's the two racers. The male is the one on top, and the female is down below. You can see she's got that little scaly look on her eyes, so she's going to shed her skin in the next day or two. The male shed his skin 2 days ago. And kind of two different color phases. The big female is tan colored, and the male is kind of gray. And they've been hanging in that old dead bush for over a week now, the two of them. I caught a pair a year ago. Awesome.
Good job.
There's a bigger female, and there's a smaller male.
Aww.
That
Lovers.
we got here, and these are two southern black racers.
Wow, that's awesome.
They're kind of irritated, but we're going to relocate. Ooh, he just got me. We're going to relocate them to a better home, and relocated them over here. And there's every good chance that that's them right there. That's a lot of fun. They're both in the 4-foot range. The tan one on the bottom's a little bit bigger than the one on the top, but that's an old philodendron that's been hit pretty hard by some freezes, and the camo is just excellent for those snakes. If you didn't know they were there, you'd never see them. And it's got the philodendron tubes are all hollowed out so they can go down in there on the colder evenings. So there's the philodendron. We had a big storm last night. Man, they just love that thing. There is a snake right there inside the hollow branch of the philodendron. But this is just a lot of fun to watch the activity. I can actually see them from my bedroom window. So I get a little obsessed with watching them. But I've got two trail cameras on them, and I hope I can catch some breeding activity. There are my two racers laying in the philodendron. They've been here for a couple weeks now. There's one on the bottom and one on the top. The one on the bottom is kind of grayish, and the one on the top is a little tanner. But it rained last night, so a little weather came through. It's a little cooler this morning, so they're sitting there in that philodendron warming up. Pretty cool to see them. So I've been waiting for one of the racers to shed, and I came around here this morning, and they were both up in the philodendron. And I took a closer look with my binoculars at the philodendron, and what do I see? There's the skin right there, and I could tell he looked all glossy and shiny, so I knew that I'd find that skin there around the philodendron. I see one now. I see one of the racers right down there. Where is he? Yep, there's his head. There he is, right there. So I really don't want to go in there and disturb him right now. But he's sitting right there. He's on to me. That's the one with the stubby tail. That's the one that just shed its skin. So that is so cool. Now, and just for more boring facts, last year I found a skin right next to that little box that goes over my septic pump motor. Can you see who's hiding in there? This is the philodendron outside the bathroom window. This is where this racer's decided to hang out. That's where the racer was this morning. Right there. Look, he left me and Mama a gift. So it was right there. And then this year, within 10 feet, is the his skin. So I can see those, one of the racers at least, crawling around inside the pyracantha. That's the long tail. So they're both right together. I saw the stubby tail and then I see the long tail. So I can kind of sneak up in there, I think. So I'm putting a stalk on the snakes. So last year, I found the skin right here. Big shed skin. This year, the skin is right there. And it's very fresh. Here's the skin. It's a pretty good skin. Very fresh. There's the head. And then going on down, and the tail is missing, the last little piece, and that's could still be quite a bit of snake after that tail. So there's the ruler from head to broken off tail. That's 43 plus inches. So it's easily a 4-foot snake. One big old piece of skin. There's the head of it right up there. That's the head. That's the tail. I'm not sure the last piece of tail is there. Oh, there they are. There they are. Yeah, they're mating. They're definitely mating. Oh, look at that. Got him. How cool. So, here's what happened. The female shed her skin finally. The male's been hanging around her for a week. She shed her skin, and now they're mating. Almost within minutes after the skin was shed. How cool is that? And I get to watch it. Hopefully they'll give a little more of a view. I can see them with my eyes. I think I'm picking them up with the camera. And so, while we're looking at them, I caught this pair a year ago in our friend's garden. They were mating then, and I made one grab and I caught both of them. I'll show you that little clip here. And now a year later, they've grown, and they're still together, and they've survived. They survived a bad winter, a bunch of hurricanes. They survived bobcats. I see the head of the one sticking out. They're really, they have very good vision. There it is. Okay, so that's the male, and the tanner one underneath it is the female, and they're just all locked up. There's two mating southern black racers right there. They're entwined right now, and they're copulating. And they've been hanging in that philodendron right there, about 20 feet away, for a week. The female just shed her skin in the last 30 minutes. And immediately after that, she came down out of the philodendron, and the male followed her over here. There's the male's head right there. He's the most alert. So the two of them are underneath that ligustrum. Breeding. Put together some kind of story. Now, I guess my curiosity is how long will they stay together? And somebody out there probably knows. I don't. All right, for an amateur herpetologist, this is very exciting. But for most people, it's just two snakes, one laying on top of the other, and you know, not all that thrilling. But I've been watching these guys for 2 weeks now, and then to finally see this happening is pretty cool. When I look at their heads and look closely, they really look like velociraptors from Jurassic Park. They're so alert. And again, the southern black racer is very active during the daytime. That's when it is most active, and so they hunt using their eyes. And so they can really see good, and they see motion, and they react to motion. So just to look at their heads up and alert really reminds me of the Jurassic Park velociraptors from the movie. And the way that we communicate with each other, so to have the two snakes next to each other is pretty cool. Oh, we got action. We got activity. Oh, he's all excited. He's all excited. Look at him go. Carol?
Mm-hmm.
That's one excited boy snake.
And that looks like what we usually see. A little bit writhing around.
That was pretty cool.
See the movement?
Yep, I sure do. I sure do.
Get us some baby
racers. We'll have some baby racers around here before too long. I've been watching them for 2 weeks now. You know that. Oh, there we go. It's kind of like nature. You watch and nothing happens and nothing happens and nothing happens, and then all of a sudden something happens.
Right.
Like if I hadn't been out there right after she shed the skin and seen them crawl away, I would have never known this was going on. And it's going on right underneath our nose.
Some criminal activity in the lower part of the parish.
Yeah. I apologize for the blurriness. I'm filming through a pane of glass. It's got a little bit of condensation on it. And that's just all we can do right now. But you definitely get the flavor. The female's, her head's moving a little bit. She may be fixing to relocate. And see, so the male's head is half the size of hers. It's funny, I worked my butt off out there to get close to film them, and then all I had to do was come here in the house. And the male's getting all excited now. The males do that real jerky move, like they're trying to stay on the pheromone, and the female's just cool, calm, and collected. Now this female has a stubby tail, and that's how I identify her. You can see her tail as she pulls it down through the loop is just, she had an accident somewhere along the line. And now she didn't have that stubby tail last year, for what it's worth.
There goes somebody.
Let's see if I can get the males getting all around. He may cover up her tail. He's got her in his grip, Carol.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's good stuff there. So, Carol, would most people find this interesting, or is it just
It's
me
hard to
because
say.
we're snake people?
It's hard to say, because some people just don't like looking at snakes, and
But to see these snakes mating
it's
in the
fascinating.
wild,
Yeah, it's very unusual to get to see that with two racers.
yeah, and I mean you're getting about as good a look as you could get.
We've seen it with other snakes, but never with racers.
Mostly with we've seen king snakes mating.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen the different species of water snakes mating. That's two king snakes mating. It's a couple of blotched water snakes. They are definitely intertwined. You know, you got your double rainbows, and you got your unicorn, and then you got your three snakes looking out of a weep hole. I don't know what's more unusual. That head, wait, when they look up, they look like the velociraptors from Jurassic Park. Now you can see her stubby tail. You see it? It's to the left of the male's head, and it's just kind of, it almost looks like another head.
Yeah,
It's
I
so
see. It's on
blunt.
top. I see what you're saying.
That male can't believe, but I will have to give him credit. He's been hanging around her now for days and days and days, waiting for this opportunity.
Look how many inches off the ground his head is.
Yeah, yeah.
Now what?
Eight inches? 10 inches?
Maybe not. Yeah, around about that.
He's way up there.
Mm-hmm.
And so the alternative is you kill these things, and you're not doing anybody any favors by killing
doesn't
them,
make any difference.
and you don't get to see this. And they're not hurting anything. They definitely they're the tax man out here. They take a toll on the birds, but also they're going to eat mice and rats, and they'll eat other snakes. But I appreciate just living in this nice little ecosystem we have here, where you have the rat snakes and the racers and the water snakes all living right up against the house. There you can see her stubby tail.
Yeah.
He couldn't be more excited. Well, based on my judgment of snake excitability.
Usually their excitability is escaping, getting away from us.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
about the only
yeah,
time
that's
we
a
see
great.
them really active.
That's a great point. Most of the time with these snakes, they're so fast, all you see is just a blur, and they're gone.
Look at that. Look
But
at that.
be able to sit here
Look at that. That's pretty impressive.
and see all this, that's the female. No, that's the male. That's still the male.
That was a good shot, though.
So I guess briefly, these are resident racers.
Definitely.
They're around the house year round. They hibernate here, and they wander, far afield during the summer looking for food. But if everything goes right, Carol, they should be here next year,
Mm-hmm.
right in the same spot.
Yeah, I would think so.